Good morning. I thought I would just take the time to talk to everybody while I'm driving. I have to go get the new rescue kitties, which I haven't shared yet on social media. Some litter pans, stuff like that. Anyway, I have to go to Walmart, which is not my favorite place to go, especially on a Saturday that is checkout and all of the tourists are going north, which is the direction I'm going. So I had noted on social media earlier this morning a video that I watched, which I've been watching so many, about people who are leaving the United States to retire or just to live because they can no longer afford to live here. And this is a big concern of mine right now because I am retirement age and I am not in a position right now to retire. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I expect with my 5-year plan that at age 67 I should be able to take retirement, take my Social Security. If that even exists, I don't know that portion of it, and whatever I've saved and invested in. But I will tell you that over the years, all of the investments that we've made and I've made, we have had to use at various times for whatever financial situation has come up in our lives. And this is in addition to any savings that we've had. So this is like 3 times for us starting over. And, the 2008, we can use that as an example. Brian and I started a couple of businesses a year or two before that. And then the financial housing crisis happened. And because we're in the construction industry, that impacted us greatly. So our retirement savings at that time was used to get us out of that whole situation. And so it took us a little while to start working on that again. And even though I've worked in the corporate world the majority of the time while owning a small business on the side, most of the employers that I have worked for through the years have not offered a matching retirement plan. And so I have been forced to invest on my own. And the same way with Brian. And we haven't accumulated a lot because of that situation of using it for whatever reasons over the past 10, 15 years. So here we are, faced with the situation that it is so expensive to live in this country. I'm watching it with the younger people, our youngest daughter, my nieces, and I've got grandkids who are going to be growing up in this situation. And it's concerning because I don't believe at this point in time that anybody can be this prepared. Unless you are in a situation where you are making at least $500,000 a year, are you going to be able to live comfortably? And I'm curious what everyone else is thinking about this right now. People who are retirement age, people who are going to be retiring soon, are you prepared? I mean, seriously, are you prepared? Can you afford that mortgage? Can you afford your property taxes, car payments, health insurance, a vacation, for example? Not all of us take vacations. We don't take vacations. We live in vacation land. So I'm just curious. We are seriously looking at other countries in the world to move to. Other countries that might be more affordable. And I realize there are so many other people doing this just by watching these videos on YouTube. And so while my channel on YouTube is all about my farm and my little business, Wildly Calm, I realize that may be out of reach for me at retirement, and I may not be able to produce enough from those 2 businesses to live here. And so in the next 6 months to a year, our time is going to be spent researching and probably visiting some other countries that we may be interested in. And if you have any countries that you visited that you would consider moving to, and you have the pros and cons on that, I would absolutely love to hear about that. So this is my first video on this subject, and I do want to talk about it more when I'm not driving. I am paying attention, by the way. I'm stuck in traffic. So I'd love to hear your stories if you've been abroad and you've considered. It'd be interesting just to hear your stories. So we'll take this up at a little bit later time. Thank you.